There's a kind of silence louder than any words. A glance held just a moment too long, a touch that lingers on your sleeve, a laugh at your joke that wasn't that funny. Most men miss it, and in missing it, they miss her. You've probably felt it before, the strange tension in the air when she's around, the unspoken energy that seems to radiate between you. And yet you hesitate, you second guess, you retreat into your own head. Why? Because no one taught you how to see what isn't said. Stoicism teaches us to master ourselves, to act without desperation, to observe the world with calm clarity. And when it comes to attraction, especially from women, it's not about chasing, it's about noticing. Most women won't say it outright when they're into you. Instead, they show you, quietly, subtly, but powerfully. This video is for the man who wants to see clearly, who wants to understand what women are truly saying without ever speaking a word. Stay until the end, because once you learn these 5 gestures, you'll never look at a woman the same way again. Number 1, the power of proximity. She's always near you, even when she doesn't have to be. Watch where she stands, not what she says. One of the most revealing signs a woman secretly likes you is how often she finds reasons to be near you. This isn't accidental. It's calculated by her emotions, not her logic. And most of the time, she doesn't even realize she's doing it. In psychology, this is called spatial preference. People gravitate physically toward those they like or admire. When a woman constantly ends up sitting next to you, brushing past you, or standing a little too close in a conversation, that's not coincidence. That's chemistry. But here's the catch. Men trained by chaos, not calm, often ignore this sign. They think proximity means nothing unless she declares her feelings. But Stoicism teaches a different kind of awareness, a silent strength that watches, understands, and doesn't need constant confirmation. Let me give you a real-world example. Marcus, a quiet software engineer, told me how he always found his female coworker nearby, at meetings, on breaks, even at after-work events. He never thought much of it until someone else pointed out. When he finally asked her out, her exact words were, "I thought you'd never notice. I've been trying to be around you for months." Remember, attraction isn't loud, it's strategic. When she likes you, she'll enter your space not to talk, but to be felt. So next time you notice her always sitting close, walking beside you, standing just behind you, don't dismiss it. See it, own it, respond calmly and deliberately. That's the Stoic way. Number 2, the hidden touch. When her body speaks louder than words. Touch is the most ancient form of communication. Long before words, we reach for each other with hands, with warmth, with intention. And when a woman secretly desires you, her body will often betray her better than her mouth ever could. She might fix the collar on your shirt, touch your arm when she laughs, brush lint off your shoulder that wasn't even there. These aren't acts of politeness. These are invitations, signals, desires wrapped in subtlety. What does psychology say? Mirror neurons fire in our brains when we feel connected to someone, making us subconsciously reflect their movements or reach toward them. A woman touching you softly, even in fleeting moments, is often revealing her internal state. She wants connection. She wants closeness. She wants you. A story comes to mind. James, a Stoic-minded personal trainer, once noticed a client would often lightly tap his shoulder when making a point or reach for his hand during congratulations. These touches weren't necessary, but they were intentional. When he finally reciprocated with a touch of his own, her reaction confirmed it all. But here's the warning: don't overreact. Don't lunge forward or become needy. Stoicism teaches patience, not pressure. Accept the gesture for what it is, a sign of interest, and return it with calm confidence. That is infinitely more powerful than a desperate grab. In a world flooded with loud gestures, learn to hear the whispers. A woman's touch is one of them. Number 3, the eyes that stay. When her gaze holds more than words. The eyes are not just windows to the soul, they are the mirrors of desire. And when a woman secretly likes you, her eyes will say everything her lips won't. Does she glance at you when she thinks you're not looking? Does she hold your gaze just a little longer than necessary and then look away flustered? Congratulations. You've just been seen, not with her eyes, but with her interest. Psychologists call this triangular gazing, a behavior where someone looks between your eyes and your mouth. It's a subconscious sign of attraction, intimacy, and emotional curiosity. If she does this often, even in group settings, she's emotionally invested, even if she's emotionally guarded. Let me tell you about Adam, a Stoic entrepreneur. At a business networking event, he noticed one woman who kept locking eyes with him, only to quickly look away. She repeated this dance a dozen times. Most guys would dismiss it. Adam didn't. When they finally spoke, she admitted, "I didn't know how else to get your attention." The Stoic man doesn't chase every glance, but he's aware of them all. He reads the room without speaking, because he understands something essential. Women fall for what they feel, not what they're told. Next time her gaze lingers, pause, lock eyes back, let your silence speak volumes. Number 4, the laugh that tells, when she finds you funnier than you really are. Humor is more than laughter. It's an emotional response that only comes when someone wants to connect. If a woman laughs too much, too hard, too often at jokes that frankly aren't that funny, that's not humor. That's hope. Yes, she might genuinely think you're funny, but more often she's trying to show she's open to you. This is called social mirroring, a psychological phenomenon where we amplify positive reactions around those we want approval from or feel drawn to. Think about it. When was the last time you found yourself laughing at someone because you like them, not because they were hilarious? There's a story of Theo, a quiet man who followed Stoic discipline. He noticed one woman would laugh at almost everything he said, even his awkward jokes. He didn't flatter himself. Instead, he remained composed. After a few weeks, she told him, "You're the only one who makes me feel good just being around you." That wasn't about the punchline. That was about presence. Stoicism reminds us not to be shaken by flattery, but also not to be blind to affection. Her laughter is an act of vulnerability, a sign she wants you to notice her, but doesn't want to be too obvious. So next time you hear her giggle a little too eagerly, smile gently, acknowledge her, but don't lose yourself. Let your stillness be your strength. Number 5, the questions that go deeper. When she wants to know your soul. There's small talk, and then there's soul talk. When a woman is truly interested in you, she doesn't just ask what you do. She asks why you do it. She wants to know your dreams, your pain, your childhood, your philosophies. She's not building conversation, she's building connection. Intimate questions are one of the boldest indicators of hidden affection. It means she's emotionally investing. She wants to uncover the man beneath the mask. She's not interested in your surface. She's drawn to your substance. A psychologist might call this emotional anchoring, a method of creating deep bonds through vulnerability and shared meaning. If she listens intently when you speak, remembers little things you said weeks ago, asks about your thoughts on life, purpose, or fear, that's not casual. That's deliberate emotional intimacy. One man, Elijah, told me how a woman he met on a hike kept asking about his values, his past struggles, and his vision of a meaningful life. She wasn't flirting, she was feeling, and he recognized that for what it was, not a game, but an invitation. Stoicism teaches us to live by reason and virtue, and when a woman asks about those things, she wants to know the man who lives beneath the armor. Answer her, not with bravado, but with honesty. Let her see your calm. That's what draws her closer. Conclusion: the art of seeing clearly. You've now seen the signs, the subtle touches, the lingering looks, the laughter, the proximity, the questions. They are all there, not loud, but loud enough for the man who knows how to see. In a world obsessed with chasing and proving, Stoicism offers you a rare gift: clarity. The ability to observe without obsession, to act without desperation, to connect without attachment. A woman doesn't always confess her desire, but she shows it through gestures, through presence, through her energy. When you learn to read these signs with calm confidence, you stop guessing, you start knowing. So now ask yourself, will you ignore these signals like most do? Or will you rise above noise and see with silence? If this video sparks something in you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Comment below with a moment you noticed one of these signs. And subscribe, because this channel is for men who lead with wisdom, not weakness. Remember, you don't have to chase her. You just have to notice her. And sometimes that's all she was waiting for. Until next time, stay grounded, stay stoic, and stay seen. And